So God's people were expecting that God would send a rescuer. And one day, along came Jesus. He began teaching people and healing people, and lots of people came to listen to him, and some chose to follow Jesus. One time, Jesus and some of his close followers were together in one town when a messenger came and said, "Teacher, your good friend Lazarus is very sick." Jesus turned to his followers and said, "This sickness is not going to end with Lazarus dying." And then he stayed in that town for 2 more days before he said, "Our good friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but we're going to go and wake him." Jesus' followers said, "Oh, that's great. If he's sleeping, he's going to recover." Jesus said, "No, what I meant was he's dead. But for your sake, I'm glad this has happened because this will help you to trust me." And then Jesus set off. When he got near the town where Lazarus had lived, one of Lazarus' sisters, Martha, came running out and said, Teacher, if only you had been here, my brother would still be alive." And Jesus said, "Martha, your brother will live again." And she said, "Oh, teacher, I know that he will come back to life on the resurrection day when everyone else does too." And Jesus said, "No, I am the resurrection. I am life itself, and anyone who believes in me will live even if they die. Do you believe this, Martha?" And Martha said, "Lord, I believe that you are God's promised rescuer that he sent." Then Martha went off and told her sister Mary, "The teacher's here." So Mary rushed out to Jesus and she said, "Teacher, if you'd been here, my brother would still be alive." And Jesus started crying and said, "Take me to where he is." So they led Jesus to the tomb, which was a big tomb cut into the rock with a stone over the entrance. And Jesus said, "I want you to roll the stone away." And Martha said, "No, he's been in there for 4 days. It's going to stink." Jesus said, "No, roll the stone away." And he called out, "Lazarus, come out." And Lazarus came out of the tomb still wrapped in the burial wrappings. And everyone was astonished. And some of the people there saw what had happened and chose to follow Jesus. But other people said, "We better tell the religious leaders about this." And they hurried off to Jerusalem and told the religious leaders, "We were at the grave of Lazarus." And Jesus said, "Roll the stone away." Well, Martha said, "No, it's going to stink." But Jesus said, "Roll the stone away. Lazarus, come out." And he came out still wrapped in the burial wrappings. The religious leaders said, "Oh, we better tell the whole religious council about this." So they summoned the council and said, "Well, tell them what you told us." "Oh, we were at the grave of Lazarus." Jesus said, "Roll the stone away." And Martha said, "No, it'll stink." But Jesus said, "Roll the stone away. Lazarus, come out." And he came out still wrapped in the burial wrappings. And the council said, "If this man keeps teaching these things, we will lose the position and the power that we have here under the Romans. We need to find a way to kill this man."